Alrighty, so continuing off of the Gohan Day video that we did for May 8th, when you guys are seeing this video, it is going to be May 9th, which is Goku Day. As I explained in the Gohan video, 5 and 9 stands for Go and Q, so Goku Day, pronunciation in Japanese, so it is celebrated as Goku Day in Japan. So I figured that it would be a fun type of video to sort of go back in time, look at all of the fun Goku transformations within Dokkan here. You know, we have base Goku from the openings, we got UI Goku, we have Super Saiyan 4 Goku, we have Path to Power Kid Goku, Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then a transforming Super Saiyan Namek Goku. Now, this video is just going to be celebrating the character of Goku, talking about what I think of the character, what I like about the character, what I don't like about the character, but we're celebrating, so we're going to talk about what we like and not what we don't like. What am I talking about? And then we're also going to be playing an event, looking at our favorite moments in the series, talking about my favorite moments about Goku, and why I love the character so much. And Goku was kind of a integral part of my childhood and then my adult life as well, considering now I do YouTube centered around something that is basically born on what Goku was able to build from the work of Toriyama and all of that fun stuff. So, starting off with my thoughts of Goku, I love how consistent his character is throughout time, right? Where he's always kind of just been this guy who does his thing and always just wants to fight strong people that either come to him or he has to go out and find, like the Tournament of Power and all that fun stuff. But there's always a line that a potential enemy can cross, and that would be, you know, when you hurt his loved ones or when you threaten the safety of them and all of that fun stuff, right? Super kind of does a bit of, and not an injustice, but kind of does things a little bit different where I think they sort of leaned into the fact that, you know, this Goku cat, he's a bit silly, right? And I think it can be a bit frustrating at times, but it also kind of does lead for a lot of the fun fights that we get and the cool moments that we do get within Super. So I just kind of wanted to get that out of the way. Just keep that in mind as we are going through this video. But again, I think it is just kind of fun to lead into like how he's always kind of just been like this, just this fun-loving goofball who once you mess with, or if you mess with the wrong way, you are going to pay for it, right? And that is kind of what is fun about Goku, right? You think about moments, we can really just kind of go for it, right? In Dragon Ball, so he has some of the best fights in the series from Dragon Ball. You know, I'm a big fan of his fight with Tien at the World Tournament. I'm a big fan of his fight at the 23rd World Tournament, his fight with Demon King Piccolo as a kid, all that fun stuff. We'll just kind of get that out of the way. Moving to the Z Saga, or the Z series, excuse me, in the Saiyan Saga, I think him introducing Gohan to everybody and being like, yeah, I have a son now, is one of my favorite moments from that saga. And then him obviously teaming up with Piccolo was super dope. And Kid Goku is not on this team. I made it oopsie, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll just back out. I can keep talking. It's fine. You know, what's it called? Him fighting Raditz, and obviously the self-sacrifice that he did in that fight was obviously super emotional. Was awesome, like just a really cool moment to see, like, you know, a version of this character, or not a version of this character, but like this ultimate team up, if you will, right? A character that you would never think to have, you know, worked together with somebody like that. This was the main villain of Dragon Ball, right? And this team up with the sacrifice and all of that, I thought was super fun, and really just a great moment, right? Obviously, him showing up to against Nappa was probably one of my favorite moments. Just because, like, you know, saying Tien, Yamcha, Chaozu, like getting revenge for them in that moment and just being worlds above what Nappa was, and, you know, showing up and doing what he did to Nappa in such a efficient manner, where Nappa was kind of portrayed as like this invincible supervillain paired up with Vegeta at that point, where it's like all of these different things were not working, right? Tien doing that tri-beam that took him out, Chaozu trying to do like a self-sacrifice with his explosion, Yamcha obviously losing to a Cyberman, but we're not going to talk about that. And him just really just taking out everybody, right? Taking out Piccolo, with Piccolo sacrificing himself for Gohan. Just a lot of different moments from the Saiyan Saga, but Goku then just showing up and taking care of business just like that. Just an awesome moment that really kind of shaped what that character would become in the future, right? And then obviously his dichotomy, or, you know, relationship with Vegeta, showing the kind of hard work and proper training compared to Vegeta's more like more brute force methods that we see down the line. Really just kind of is a nice like duality where it shows two different sides of the same coin, where you have these super strong fighting characters that are fighting for the same thing. It's just to win, where Vegeta wants the Dragon Balls, and then, Goku just wants them to go away, right? And that's always kind of been his thing, right? It's like, listen, I want to fight you, but this doesn't need to be a fight to the death, right? I want to show you mercy if I can. And really, from Namek, I realized that we spent a lot of time on the Saiyan Saga, but with Namek, him obviously showing up against the Ginyu Force, one-shotting Raccoon, having Jace and Birder so scared that that Birder, ended up paying the toll, and then Jace ran away. And then the fight against Ginyu with the body swap, really just a cool stuff to establish that Goku is in a league of his own, right, compared to all these other characters that we have seen so far. And I think that is just what makes the character so cool. That's what makes the character, like, not relatable, but, like, so easy to root for, where he's just showing up and he's doing his thing. And it's hard to believe for people like Vegeta. He's like, how in the world am I seeing what I'm seeing right now? Like, this shouldn't be real. And I think that's just what I love so much about it, right? But obviously, the fight with Frieza, we don't really need to talk too much about it. Obviously, the iconic Super Saiyan transformation. And then, really, I think my favorite part of that whole fight is when he powers down and just tells Frieza, like, this isn't worth it anymore. I've humiliated you. Your ego is broken. Like, it's not even worth fighting you anymore. This is not good, and stuff like that. And he tries to leave, and then Frieza refuses to let it, just won't let him do it. Fires, the Destructo discs at him, for lack of a better term, the Death Slicers, I think they're called. Then obviously Frieza takes himself out with it, which is, perfect in the narrative, where, Goku wanted to let Frieza go, but Frieza refused to give in and wouldn't let it. His pride and his ego would not let him do that, where he wanted to prove himself as the strongest in the universe, and then, losing to somebody like Goku. And these are Goku's words, not mine. Just a monkey like me, right? And that is what, that's what makes it so good, right? And then him obviously showing mercy to Frieza is what I think is really cool in that moment as well, where Goku kind of has this system, and he abides by the system later, even in a saga like the Moro arc, right? Even way down the line. And so even someone like Boo, but we'll talk about that later, where, he gave Frieza some of his energy and said, listen, don't do bad anymore. I've humiliated you. You're defeated. You're broken. Now, stop it. I'm willing to show you mercy, even though you haven't shown mercy to millions and millions of people, and, not even just people, just lives in general, right? And, Goku says that, so how many people have begged for mercy that you didn't abide by, right? And I think that's what really makes Goku so good. And then, obviously, the you fool kind of following that. I love that moment as well. From the Cell Saga, again, I'm spending way too much time talking about these because we have so many things to talk about with Goku. But the Cell Saga, the way he kind of orchestrated a master plan for Gohan, which ultimately unlocked him and made him the strongest character in the series. A super, super cool moment. Kind of the unwavering faith that he had in Gohan, that Gohan would put it together and do become what Goku thought he could be, which is really nice for the narrative. And then obviously leaving a successor for the title of Protector of the Earth for Gohan, obviously super dope. With the Buu Saga, the Super Saiyan 3 transformation, the speech to Vegeta in order to fuse, then obviously the fight with Kid Buu as a Super Saiyan 3 is super dope. His fight against Majin Vegeta. I wish that Goku, obviously it had to be this way, but I wish Goku hadn't have been so distracted in that fight with Buu, but it makes sense, right? Goku did not want to do that fight against Vegeta, but Vegeta left him no choice, which is obviously a fun moment within itself. I'm a big proponent of that fight. I love that fight. So good. I wish the ending was a little bit more satisfying, but obviously with Buu in the fray, we were not really ever going to get a satisfying ending because Goku's mind was elsewhere, right? But the Super Spirit Bomb against Kid Buu, super awesome. There's just so much that Goku does. It's hard to get through all of it, right? So when it comes to movies, we'll quickly kind of go over this one. I don't know off the top of my head what my favorite Goku movie or moment is. I know he has my favorite transformation in the series, and honestly, like in the series almost, when he goes Super Saiyan 3 against Janemba. The cooler movie is obviously with the bird. So I messed up on the transformation there, but or putting Goku in slot 1 or slot 3, but obviously with the bird, super cool moment. The Metal Cooler movie, his moments there. There's just so much from the movies, but I think we should kind of stray away from those because there are a lot. But in Dragon Ball Super, obviously the Super Saiyan God transformation and then the Super Saiyan Blue transformation, pretty iconic stuff. But in Super, I'm a big fan of his fight against Hit. I like his moments against Goku Black and Zamasu, where especially the moment where he gets angry against Goku Black and Zamasu, where he kind of just he's like, okay, like you did this to Chi-Chi and Goten, you gotta pay, right? Like it's time. I'm going to show you what I'm about now. And ultimately, it does lead to one of his more badass moments. His, again, fusing with Vegeta into Vegito in the Goku Black fight, and then with the Tournament of Power, fighting Jiren. I mean, his fight against Jiren was just incredible, right? Like, I remember everyone being glued to their televisions and waiting for those episodes to drop, where it's just like, what in the world is going to happen with this Goku and Jiren fight? Where it's like, obviously the good guys are going to win, but how are they going to do it, right? Because this Jiren cat is looking like he is unstoppable. And I thought that that was a really good kind of mountain for Goku to have to climb with a guy like Jiren, where it's just like, really, what is the way that you defeat this character? And how do you take him out? Like, everything that you've thrown at Jiren so far hadn't even, like, scratched him. And then, you know, going Ultra Instinct for the first time is one of my favorite moments in Super. I mean, like, that moment itself, the reveal of Mastered Ultra Instinct, or Ultra Instinct, not Autonomous Ultra Instinct, you know, the regular version of Ultra Instinct. Super cool stuff. But yeah, like... There's just so much with Goku that it's kind of hard to get to everything in one video. But I guess, like, with Goku, because we still have a bit to go in this event, we can talk a little bit more about it. GT brings the Super Saiyan 4 form. Obviously, I'm sure I am in the very uncommon camp where, you know, not the biggest fan of him going back to a child permanently, but I understand that they... honestly, I can't say I understand why they did that. Like, I was about to say I understand it, but I don't. I guess it led for a more fun thing where, like, somebody like Pan got to be more involved with the story and stuff like that. And it kind of did lead for some fun stuff, right? But obviously the initial Super Saiyan 4 transformation is super, super dope. Full power Super Saiyan 4, his Dragon Fist against Omega, the fight with Super 17, his beat down a baby, all that fun stuff. It really did lead for a fun experience with GT. I think GT had its moments, but, like, if there's one thing you can't say about GT is that it didn't give Goku focus, right? That is one thing you cannot say about it. So... the Ultra Spirit Bomb against Omega, fusing with Vegeta into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, that was obviously a super, super fun moment. I don't know how much... I keep saying obviously, it's like a tick or something at this point, but I guess we could talk a little bit more about the movies, right? I like his fight with Janemba, the dialogue that he has before he fuses into Gogeta with Vegeta, where, you know, telling Vegeta, like, trying to teach him to do the fusion dance and stuff like that. I thought that was really funny. Like, it's like, Vegeta's like, I think I'd rather just die than do this dance, like this silly song and dance that you're trying to make me do right here. And I thought that was pretty fun. The fight with Turles, that movie doesn't really have a very satisfying conclusion, huh? Not the best there, but, and now I'm just trying to think on the spot. The Broly movie, I like how his endurance in the fight with Broly, right? Where Broly is just beating the piss out of him, and he keeps getting back up, and then eventually he locks in, if you will, and gets the energy from everybody. The power of friendship wins. Woohoo! What a moment, right? But no, I do like that movie a lot. I think it's just a fun little... It's fun to see, like, you know, our heroes on the end of a villain like Broly, or on the, you know, the receiving end of a villain like Broly, where it's just like, this guy is an invincible monster. What in the world are we supposed to do? And then, you know, sometimes the finish with these movies is it can be a little bit dull at times, where it's like, oh boy, everyone gave him their energy and they won, right? But him showing up for the Family Kamehameha, I don't believe he was actually there, but it was kind of a cool moment. I don't know how I didn't mention this, but his role in the father-son Kamehameha, obviously, I did it again, one of his most iconic moments, like, you know, being there for Gohan in that moment. Saving Gohan from Bojack's onslaught, you know, my son needs my help, breaking the rules of the other world and all that fun stuff. But that's what Goku does, right? If he's got his mind to it, that's what he's gonna do, and that's what we love about the character. So there we have it. Obviously, I can't do a video recapping every Goku moment in, you know, 15 minutes here, but let me know down below what your favorite moment from Goku in the series is. What do you think of the character? Do you like the character? Do you dislike the character? I would assume most of you like the character, considering you play a Dragon Ball mobile game, but who knows? So, thank you guys all for watching down below. If you want to stay tuned for the member shoutout, please do. I would appreciate that greatly. Leave a like if you did enjoy today's video. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next one. We'll let this attack play out. All right, have a great day, everybody. See you next time. Before we go, I'd like to give a quick shout out to all of my members in the channel. This is the channel membership that you can click down below in the link in the description if you want to further support the content that we are creating here. You get exclusive roles and access in the Discord server that I have. The link to that is also in the description. If you would like early access to videos from certain videos, not all of them. If you'd like viewer requested videos, member requested videos, member exclusive videos, we're still working out all the perks for the members, but you can see here, you're also going to be getting an initial shout out when you join the membership. Then you're also going to be getting a shout out in every video moving forward. So big shout out to my members, Rylick, James, Macker, Static, White Tea Steve, Anto, Wet Towelettes, The Demon, Wanix, Joao, Shafted, Ashish, Scar, James, and Raudo. So big thank you to all of my members. You are greatly appreciated. Thank you for the supporting the channel. Your support means the world to me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.